The last topic in this chapter is an introduction to project management knowledge areas. There are 9 project management knowledge areas: integration, scope, time, cost, quality, human resources, communications, risk, and procurement. In this section, we'll review project integration and scope management. Every knowledge area has common characteristics. They all have inputs, tools and techniques, and outputs. They all identify processes performed within each process group, and there are several processes that exist for each knowledge area within a process group. What does this last item mean? It means that for each knowledge area, there are several smaller processes that comprise it. Some may have only 2, and others may have 5. Each of these processes are performed during different process groups. In the next slide, I'll show you those relationships. Here you can see that there are processes within project integration management that span across all of the process groups. While project scope management has processes that belong in only 2 groups, planning and monitoring and controlling. Let's take a moment to review these to get a high-level sense of the relationships. You'll notice that all the knowledge areas have processes in the planning group and in the monitoring and controlling group. Others have executing in addition to those 2. A key area is the integration area, which has processes in all of the process groups. This would make sense, since integration activities are meant to ensure that all the project components are coordinated. Aside from integration, only procurement has a process in the closing group. Contracts with vendors or suppliers need to be closed at the end of the project. This slide and the others that follow specify the process performed in each knowledge area. I've included the process group for reference in parentheses to assist you in understanding when it's performed. The first knowledge area is project integration management. The first 2 processes are part of the initiating process group. They are developing the project charter and developing the preliminary project scope statement. In the planning process group, we have developed the project management plan, and next is direct and manage project execution. For monitoring and controlling, there are 2 processes: monitor and control project work, and integrated change control. And lastly, we have closing the project. Please note that project integration management coordinates all aspects of the project plan, and it ensures the individual components are working in concert toward the project objectives. Performed throughout all of the process groups, from initiation process to the closing process, integration is there to verify that everything is coordinated together. The next knowledge area is project scope management. The processes for this group in planning are scope planning, scope definition, and creating the work breakdown structure. In the monitoring and controlling process group, we have scope verification and scope control. At a high level, the planning processes for scope are detailing the requirements of the product of the project, verifying those details using measurement techniques, creating a project scope management plan, and creating a work breakdown structure. Controlling changes to the original scope of the project is a very big activity. You may be familiar with the term scope creep in your own projects. The scope management process goals are to define all of the work of the project and only the work required to meet the project objectives. It includes all characteristics of the product or service and the work to be performed within the project to achieve that goal. It measures scope adherence using the project management plan, the project scope document, the work breakdown structure, and the work breakdown structure dictionary. It also drives many activities throughout all of the knowledge area processes and should be well integrated with the product or service descriptions. We're going to stop at this point for this section. We'll begin with time management knowledge area in the next section.